Everybody, happy Friday. Today I want to talk about the NFL Hall of Fame, and I want to ask all of you a question about the NFL Hall of Fame. I was driving home from work today, and I was listening to the NFL radio station on Sirius XM, channel 88. So shout out to you guys. But anyway, I was listening to the NFL radio there, and they were talking about the NFL Hall of Fame, and in particular, they were talking about guys who have been on the ballot for a while, but haven't been able to get on actually into the Hall of Fame. Great players, fantastic players, guys that a lot of times have just gotten forgot about, kind of get lost in the shuffle of things. And it got me thinking about who on the Chiefs do I think fits that mold? Who do I think is in that category of somebody that kind of gets overlooked and kind of gets forgotten about, but should be in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion at least, should be in the Hall of Fame. So I want to hear from all of you, for all your teams out there, who is that guy? Who's the guy that you think isn't in the Hall of Fame but should be in the Hall of Fame? It could be for the Broncos. It could be for the Jets. It could be for the Bears. It could be for whoever. Let me know in the comments, who do you think on your team should be in the Hall of Fame and isn't in the Hall of Fame? Here's mine for the Chiefs. To me, this guy was unbelievable. He was so incredibly talented. He had huge success. Jamaal Charles. Chiefs running back Jamaal Charles. He was unbelievably good. In my opinion, he was the best running back of his time. And there was a lot of great running backs at that time. And people will argue about different people and different guys playing. Adrian Peterson, he was great as well. Hall of Famer, slam dunk for sure. Chris Jones in Tennessee was a great guy. Marshawn Lynch was playing at that time. And I don't know what it is, but it just feels like a lot of people kind of overlook Jamaal Charles. Fun fact, you may not know this about Jamaal Charles. He has the best yards per carry average in the history of the NFL. He's averaging, I believe, 5.4 yards a carry in his career. That is astounding. That is a monstrous stat. When he touched the ball, he averaged 5 yards a carry. 2 plays, you get a first down. He was unbelievable. And I think part of it is because part of it was that he was with the Chiefs and they didn't have a huge ton of success. They made the playoffs and had some good seasons, but, he was kind of stuck there with Matt Castle for a while and some of those teams, and, his time period kind of gets lost in the shuffle, especially now with the Chiefs' success. But he also wasn't a full-time back when he started. He was kind of a gadget player for us when he first came in, kind of a third down back, but he quickly developed into our number one guy, and he had huge success. And one of the problems with running backs is that because his career wasn't super long, you kind of forget about it quickly. It kind of just passes you by. And maybe his overall numbers in terms of yards may not be there with some of the greats of all time. But 5.4 yards a carry is impressive. And he was so fast, and he was so quick, and he was so elusive. I've never seen somebody who was able to juke a guy that fast and then that secondary burst, just run through him, and they don't catch him. He was unbelievable. He was so good. He could catch passes. He could run. Just an absolutely dominant player as a running back. In a time period that had a lot of great running backs. I could argue for all these guys, a lot of these guys being in the Hall of Fame. Adrian Peterson, he's up next year. He should get in. 100% he should get in. Marshawn Lynch, he had a great career. I think he should be a Hall of Famer as well. Jamaal Charles, he should be a Hall of Famer in my opinion. He was so good. He was so good. And again, I think he just kind of gets lost in the shuffle with amongst all those other running backs, and being in Kansas City, kind of starting off his career more as a third down back. I think that hurts his case, but to me, that's the guy on my team that I think absolutely should be a Hall of Famer. He was just unmatched. He was so fast. He was so quick. He was elusive. He was explosive. He was so fun to watch. He was one of the first guys I remember watching, and I was like, man, that's my guy. I love Jamaal Charles. He was just sensational. So that's the guy who I was thinking of that the Chiefs don't have in the NFL Hall of Fame that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. So tell me your team. Could be the Chiefs or it could be another team. Who do you think should be in the NFL Hall of Fame that currently isn't? And tell me why you think they should be in. Thanks for watching, everybody. Happy Friday, and have a good one.